diamond painting friends, Jessica here with Tiny Worlds of Wonder. Happy Pride, it's June. I hope you guys are doing awesome. It has been months since I checked in with a video. Thanks so much for those of you who hung in with me here on the channel during my long hiatus. I am doing great. It's so great to be back with you again. I'm filming today because A, I have the time, B, no one's home, so it's a great time, except my cat. And I thought I might just do a little check-in with you because I'm not sure when I'll be able to be back again. So I thought I might take advantage of this time while I have it. I hope you guys are doing so well. I miss seeing you regularly on the channel so much. I do still check in on comments fairly often, so I'd love to hear from you if you have a chance to stop in the comments and just say hi. I love that. It's my favorite part of the channel and something I've really missed, honestly, just having those regular interactions with you. So today I thought I might update you on a couple projects, update you kind of on my life a little bit, and just kind of see where the world takes us. So I am going to start with a disclaimer, and that's that my filming situation setup today is quite precarious. I have a giant pile of art books with a trash can on top of it, with my tripod on top of it, with some towels stacked on top of that to keep it still. So I think if I even laugh, you're probably seeing some camera shake, and I'm sorry about it. I can't figure out a better way to arrange things right at this moment. So I'll do my best, but it is what it is, and I'm sorry. My cat is currently digging in a box next to me, acting like a total loco. So you're hearing that too. He doesn't care what's going on in the house, and he sleeps most of the time until I'm filming. And then life gets exciting because I'm talking to myself. So there it is. Grab your coffee. I hope you can hang out for a little while because you guys, I actually have a ton to talk about today. I never know what I'm going to talk about when I get on to make a video, but today I just have a mental list of about 500 things. So buckle in, grab your coffee or your whiskey flavored coffee, which is what I have today. No judgment ever. You just do what makes you happy. Some days are day drinking days. We all know it. So there's an elephant in this room that I know you're gonna see as we go along here, so I'm just gonna show it to you right off the bat. Sometimes I flip my videos around so that you're seeing things from the same direction I'm seeing them from. But in this case, I wanna show you this right side up for you first, because I'm so excited. I got a new ink baby about maybe 3 weeks ago now. Now I know not everyone is a fan of tattooing. Not everyone's belief system includes tattooing. I get that. That's totally fine. Again, you do you. Live and let live is my personal philosophy. As you guys probably can tell, this is a Muka. And if you guys have been around the channel for a while, you know that Muka's my favorite artist, and he's an artist I've probably shown on the channel more than any other singular artist ever. And honestly, I have more Muka canvases to show you that I haven't even shown you yet. So I have been thinking about getting this particular piece, which is from an art magazine from around 1897, I think, for many years. And I just, you always vacillate. Things that are permanent, I feel like you should think through. So I thought through it for a long time, many years. But here she is in all of her glory. She's here to stay. I know you guys are going to notice her, so I might as well tell you right up front about her. I found a great artist here where I live, and yeah, I think he did a great job. So there you have it. You'll be seeing her in the future as we go through our videos from now on. Let there be light. I'm trying to it's kind of dreary here in Montana today, so I'll do what I can. Maybe that lighting's a little better. Fingers crossed, we'll see. Before we get into the kind of heart of the content today, I want to tell you about a passing of one of the members of our diamond painting community who I've talked about here on the channel before. DJ Curtis was someone that I actually met through the channel. It's kind of funny how our relationship began. She kind of left a nasty comment under one of my videos, and she would say, like, you left kind of a pointed reply, and I certainly did. I own that. I don't do that very often, but for some reason I was having a bad day that day, and she and I kind of went back and forth forth and connected and decided, you know, you probably aren't everything I'm seeing here, and I'm not everything you're seeing, and maybe let's explore who we actually are as people, which I've never had happen again. But we emailed back and forth for a couple of years, actually, and I learned that DJ was struggling with a terminal illness, so she knew that her life would be shortened. But in the interim, she was a great friend to the channel. She donated several giveaways for Summer with the Masters over the years, and just was a lovely friend, very supportive, very kind, and she will be greatly missed. And so I wanted to just put that out into the universe, wherever she might be, that she is certainly missed. And I knew as a community, you all would want to know that, because she has been so generous, sponsoring giveaways and sponsoring shipping and all kinds of beautiful, beautiful things. So my love goes out to her family and to Ran, who was a very important person in her life, and yeah, just a lovely human. And I thought you guys might want to know about that. And if you would like to share some comments down below, I'm happy to pass those along to Ran. If you would like. If it's not what you need to do today, that's totally fine too. So what I'm going to do here today is sit and diamond paint on my muka, ironically, a muka that I'm currently working on from Distracted by Diamonds. I'll stick a little distance view up in the corner so you can see exactly where we are. This is another beautiful vintage ad by Muka that dates from 1896. This was a gift to me from Robin at Distracted by Diamonds a couple of Christmases ago, and I'm just now kind of getting around to it, and I'm sad I'm just now getting around to it because it's absolutely gorgeous. The quality is beautiful. The rendering is turning out beautifully, as you can see, and I'm just beyond thrilled. I'm having a blast with it. So as I kind of work on that, I want to show you guys a couple of projects that I've finished up since I saw you last. And I am a slow diamond painter, especially right now, because of all the life events going on. But I continue to make some progress, and I think that's a good thing. So the first project I want to show you is my finish from Drills and Chills last fall. Actually, I never finish anything in time for events, but I like to support events when I possibly can. This was Pumpkin Patch Bunnies by Diamond Art Club. Completely outside my usual style. I'm usually not into so much the cutesy kind of fuzzy animal stuff, but this one was just irresistible because it's the bunnies. Bunnies are just the cutest animals. So when you mix bunnies with pumpkins, something irresistible happens. So I finished this, I think it was actually, no, I can't quite recall. December, I want to say. It took me a while because I was working a lot at that point. But I think it turned out beautifully. The rendering is very nice, very much in Diamond Art Club's kind of typical line art style, but the artwork lends itself beautifully in this case to that kind of rendering. I thought it turned out really nice. The canvas quality was really nice. The adhesive was really nice. The only complaint I had about this canvas was that so many of the drills were stuck together, and I ended up just working endlessly on a couple colors, trying to get enough drills apart to finish all the charted colors. It wasn't all of the colors, just maybe 2 or 3 that had that issue, and I was really close to a finish when I got to the color with kind of the bulk of that problem. I know if I would have contacted Diamond Art Club that they probably would have replaced those colors for me, but I honestly was too impatient. I just wanted to get the canvas done. I think it is an adorable finish. I'm looking forward to pulling it out. I don't know, maybe at Halloween time. I don't know if I'll ever pull it out. It doesn't really match my house, but I did really have fun working on it. I really love it. Maybe I'll gift it someday. Anyway, it was a blast. Love the bunnies. Couldn't be cuter. Kudos to Diamond Art Club on that one. I will stick a link in the description below. I don't have any affiliation with DIC, so if it's in stock, you can find it there. If not, I hope it'll come back into stock because it really is very adorable. The second thing I finished since I saw you guys the last time was this Water Lilies and Japanese Bridge by Claude Monet that I started for Summer with the Masters last year. Didn't quite finish it, as with most things in my life. It took me a long time. I started that new job at the university back in July last year, so from that point on, my time was pretty much occupied all the way through Christmas. I think this turned out beautifully. It's only a 40 by 40, so all things considered for the size, I think it's quite nice. It had a nice number of charted colors. I can't remember at this moment exactly how many, but I don't think it matters too much. I will be honest, the subject matter got a bit tedious before I got it done, and that was part of the reason it took me so long, just because the number of blues and greens in the canvas was a little overwhelming, and it was a landscape, which I tend to just get bored with. The quality was nice. The drill quality was really good. My one complaint about this canvas was that a lot of the symbols were printed quite small. And I don't know if I should say small. It's just the way they were printed. The font or the contrast wasn't quite high enough to be super comfortable to read all the time. Some of the colors were fine, but some of the colors really needed a higher contrast printing. So that was my only complaint. It was a round, it is a round, but I do think the end result is pretty frame worthy actually, and it might be one that I frame and add to my gallery wall, which has a ton of old masters on it already. Even though I'm not super active on YouTube at this moment, I am still an affiliate for Crafties, so if you just feel like showing your girl some love, no obligation, but it's always appreciated if you're in the market for a particular canvas anyway. I'll put that info down in the description below so you can find it. The third thing I've finished since I saw you guys last and checked in is, I actually have it sitting here. Let me pull it out. You might remember this old project that I started many moons ago. This was a cross stitch pattern that I created using threadbare and an excerpt of The Birth of Venus. I just did a super zoomed in close-up version of her face to kind of give it like an artistic vibe. I hope I succeeded. I wanted to use diamond dots for this. I received the canvas fabric from Diamond Dots in a promotional package, and I really wanted to use it for something. And Diamond Dots kind of have a legendary level of sparkle, so I really wanted to use Diamond Dots freestyle drills. So this has around 50 colors of Diamond Dots freestyle drills. I did have to do a color conversion from DMC to Diamond Dots, but I think it worked out pretty well. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out, you guys. I definitely have enough drills to do the whole project again. The only downside to this is the Diamond Dots gridded fabric has very dark grid lines. And when I posted this on Instagram, a couple of people suggested using some mica powder in between my drills, and that actually is a great idea and something I might explore doing if I can find the will to do it. If not, I probably will just seal it. Because the adhesive on the Diamond Dots fabric doesn't feel super sticky to me, I don't completely trust it. Not because I have any evidence that I shouldn't, but just, you know, some adhesive has that kind of pillowy texture and you feel really comfortable putting drills on it and comfortable that they will stay. This one does not have that. It was quite easy to remove the drills that I replaced on a couple little edits I made to the rendering, so I probably will seal it just with my usual Mod Podge method. But that's how The Birth of Venus turned out. I would love to do this kind of self-charted project again. I think it is just so gratifying to create your own pattern, to then execute it and have it turn out really well. I feel excited about this. I think this again could go on my gallery wall, and I don't think from up high or from a distance that those grid lines would show a lot. So I think it's a potential framer. I really like how it turned out. Really like it. Speaking of old masters, I hope you guys are playing along with Summer with the Masters. I'm filming this on June 1st, so it's kicking off today. Just because of my life events, Katie over at Diamonds and Washi has partnered with Anthony from Single and Placing. I think they are the perfect duo to plan and execute Summer with the Masters this year. Huge thanks to both of them for taking that on. It is no small feat, you guys. It's a wonderful feat and very gratifying and so much fun to work on. I will really miss working on it this year, but it is a ton of work. So show them some love. I'm so grateful to them. It's going to be an awesome event. I'm really looking forward to following along. I have this canvas in progress and another old masters, like literally in progress. So I have tons of options and I'm looking forward to playing along. I will put a link to both Katie and Anthony's channel in the description down below. Lovely humans. Love them to pieces. So excited. I love Summer with the Masters. Probably my favorite event I've ever either participated in or hosted. I adore it. So, because I'm not entirely sure how much memory my camera actually has, now that I don't film videos that regularly, I sometimes leave too many photos on my phone. So I just want to give you kind of a quick life update and let you know where things are with me, with the channel, with kind of everything. So last summer I took a job up at my local university in the music department, a staff position, and that was when I kind of had to scale back my YouTube video making. That job nearly put me over the edge, honestly. So the job was supposed to be part-time. So I really thought I could balance it with my piano teaching, but boy was I wrong. It turned out to be about 35 hours a week plus my studio. So I would come home, I would work there from 8 to 3 and then come home and teach from 4 till 7, 8, depending on the day. Usually between 7 and 8 I would finish. And by November, my body and mind were in absolute rebellion. And so I listened to my heart and I decided to leave that job. And that was a really hard decision because I'm not a short-term employee typically. The last part-time job that I worked alongside my piano teaching, I stayed at for 12 years. So for me to only stay at a job for 6 months is not normal. That isn't normally how I prefer to live my life, but it really was the very best decision that I could have made. I decided to take a few months just to regroup. I just had a lot of life events unfold in the last year plus. My brother passed away, some stressful things happened, some health events with my husband. I had this job situation, and so I really just needed to take a little bit of time. From work, from YouTube, kind of from everything, just because mentally I wasn't in that good a place for a little while. And that has really been such a great decision for me. I'm back to just teaching piano lessons right now for kind of the short-term stopgap. And then I am planning a return to grad school probably in the fall. So I just completed a couple of grad school applications and I'm in the process of narrowing down what comes next. So this summer I will be teaching, of course, working on my curriculum, working ahead a little bit for next year so that hopefully I can dive into whatever program I choose and give it a lot of my attention. So that's an exciting development, a little bit scary. It's a big life change for me being in my almost mid-40s to kind of go back and start school again. It's been a long time, but it's something I've wanted to do since my kids were pretty young. And something I've always thought about doing, so it's a pretty exciting step to do something you've been wanting to do for a long time. And my hubby is super supportive and I'm grateful for that because it is a big commitment in all the ways that you would expect. The girls are off at college themselves. They're home for the summer, although those of you with adult or adultish children know that doesn't mean you always see them a lot, but that's good. We're at the stage where they're growing into young adults and finding their independence and working and dating and doing all the things. So that's very, very good. And here in a couple weeks, I am going to be taking a trip down to the border to do a Spanish immersion course. I'm going with my sister, who sometimes watches my videos. So hi, love you, sissy. We'll be going on a little adventure together for a couple of weeks where we'll be living with a Spanish-speaking family, trying to speak no English at all. It's gonna be really, really fun. I'm really excited about it. I'm a little nervous about it, as you could imagine, being only an intermediate Spanish speaker, but I think I'll leave a better Spanish speaker than I arrive. So that's the goal. And that is something also that I've wanted to learn a language for a long time. And so that's something I've thrown myself into a little bit over the last couple of years and have really been enjoying. And so I'm excited to take that trip, spend a little time away and just take in a new place in some really fun ways. So that is kind of everything that's going on with me. I have been following, although I admit not as intensely as I used to, kind of the comings and goings and happenings in the community. I try to stay involved, especially on Instagram. If I can't always get on YouTube and watch videos, I try to check in on Instagram and just see what everybody's doing. I always love seeing your projects come across my feed. So if there's something you really would like me to see and you know I would love it, would you please tag me on Instagram just so I don't miss it? Because to me, the whole fun of having the channel has always been getting to know you, getting to know your life a little bit, your projects, kind of what's happening. I find that really enjoyable. So I think that I will sign off here for today. I think that's all I have to update you on. I'm hoping I'll have a couple of unboxings to share because I do have a little backlog of purchases to kind of let you in on. So if I can make that happen this summer, I would definitely like to. And I'll have more time this summer than I will have for a long time, I think. So I want to check in and make a couple of videos while I have the time. I sure do care about all of you. Love you so much. Take care of yourselves. I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you feel like it, if you have the will or the energy today. Let me know what you're working on. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get around to all those comments, but I always try to respond. Every once in a while, YouTube will hide things from me. I just had a bunch of comments show up that were a year old in my YouTube creator studio. So sometimes it could take me a while to get back to you, but I always try to do so. So I try to at least acknowledge every comment that I get. I hope you guys have a wonderful month of June. I hope you enjoy Summer with the Masters and all the other events that are going on in the community. I hope to check in with you soon. As always, spread some joy wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.